This video is to show you how to use the outlining tool in Noodle Tools. I have already opened my project. Using the top toolbar, select Note Cards. On the right-hand side is the outline box. It's a pretty simple outlining tool that is easily manipulated. In order to change words, all you have to do is double-click on the words that are already there for you. Now I'm going to write a very simple introduction, body, conclusion, style outline. So I'm going to start off with my introduction. In order to save that information, you just click anywhere outside the box. Now that word appears in yellow, which means it's been saved. Everybody knows that your thesis sentence is part of your introduction. So I'm going to write the word thesis, click outside the box to save that word, go back to my dashboard, grab a copy of my thesis sentence, go back to the outline, select thesis, and then simply paste my thesis sentence. Click outside the box to save. Now I can easily refer to my thesis. Now I'd like to start adding topics for my body, paragraphs. According to my thesis sentence, I'm going to have 3. When you use the green plus sign, it adds a subtopic. Notice that this is not what I want. I want a Roman numeral because it's going to be a major topic. So I'm going to use this move left button and watch what happens. As I click the move left button, not only does everything shift to the left, but it also changes the number or letter that appears with the topic. This is going to be my first reason, excuse me. So let's look back at my thesis. It punishes fairly those deserving. So that's essentially my first reason. So I'll double click and write, those who kill deserve to die. Notice it's not exactly as my thesis sentence, but that's okay, because again, this is going to change. Everything will slightly change when I start writing. Now, let me go ahead and create the next 2 subtopics. Again, I'm going to use the green plus button. And again, notice that it comes down as a subtopic, letter A. I need a Roman numeral 3, so I'll move that left. Double click and enter. It helps to stop crime. Click outside the box. Now, let me show you if I don't have something highlighted. Notice this yellow box means that those words are highlighted. I'm going to click over here. The yellow box goes away. And now I'm going to use that green button and look what happens. It automatically adds a Roman numeral. Okay? So my third reason is that it saves taxpayers money. Now, I've entered instead of clicking outside the box, so there are 2 ways you can do that as well. The last Roman numeral I need is my conclusion. Okay, so now what do I do with this? Well, this is a good way. Again, this is an extremely simple outline. It's not meant to be very detailed, but it's meant to help you organize the note cards that you have already written. So let me go over here and I'll bring my note cards a little bit more to the forefront. Please understand, since this is a sample, there's only a few note cards here. You're going to have at least 20 by now. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to look at my note cards using the titles to remind myself what those note cards are about. And I'm going to think to myself, what reason does this note card, does this evidence support? And so once I've decided that this actually talks about those deserving to die, I'm going to essentially drag and drop this under that reason. There's going to be two things that occur. I'm going to do this twice. Watch very carefully. Dragging and dropping to those who kill deserve to die. And two things automatically happen. Notice the blue box that appeared around the reason. Also notice that over here on the note card that I just dragged and dropped, there's a little check mark now. The check mark is to indicate that I've now used that piece of evidence and I shouldn't use it again. You should go through and do this with all of your note cards. Okay? Just so happens this one also supports that reason. And this one also, no, I'm sorry, this one supports this reason. Okay. So now what do you do? Well, now what you're going to do is you're going to say to yourself, well, let me see. I've got some good evidence here, and I've got some okay evidence here, but I don't have any evidence here. Now's the time when you start tailoring your research. So I don't have any evidence to support the fact that the death penalty saves taxpayer money. So I'm going to go back to SIRS at this point in time, and I'm going to find an article that could possibly support this reason. If I find that I don't have enough support for a reason, then I maybe should rethink it at this time. So hopefully this has given you a little overview as to what the outline tool is supposed to be about. It's not meant to be anything detailed, but it will help you organize your note cards.